Tropes versus a third of the world's population. This one's an absolute classic. It's about how the East has historically been represented in the West. It's very thorough, it's very comprehensive, it's required reading and a lot of university courses, so if you want to get a cheap copy of it, hit me up. Next up, Noam Chomsky and Edward Herman, Manufacturing Consent. This one is about the United States media and how it has, and how like media generally has political bias and political leanings, and how it works to influence people as well. I remember finding it particularly useful, mainly just for the history, and they really go into detail and examine the case studies, like this is how this event was covered in the media, there were X number of articles that said this about it, and Y number of articles that said this about it. They really kind of do their homework, so it's well worth checking out. Next, Susan Faludi's Backlash. This one's really cool. If you've not heard of it, the idea is it's a history not of feminist progress, but of all the times that progress has been undone, that there's been like a backlash, as she calls it, against feminism and women's rights have been taken away. And it's about what we can learn from that and what those episodes have in common. Again, like Manufacturing Consent, I got a lot of history knowledge out of it, so if that's something you're interested in, check it out. This one's really good. Louise Richardson, What Terrorists Want. Basically, the title says it all. Louise Richardson is an expert on terrorism. She's interviewed quite a lot of terrorists in putting this book together. Sadly, it's continually relevant, but quite an eye-opener. Rennie Edo-Lodge, Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. You may have seen my video talking about this one in depth. It's winning all kinds of prizes at the moment. It's getting to all sorts of bestseller lists at the moment, so you could probably pick up a copy from me cheap. It's really good. If you want to know my in-depth thoughts on it, I did a whole video about it you can go and watch. It's not really the sort of thing that I'm going to need to read again, even though it was really good. So yeah, if you like it, if you've been seeing it in the news and you want to pick it up, send me an email. Max Horkheimer, The Eclipse of Reason. This one's got a few interesting points in it. If you've never read any Horkheimer before, it's pretty simple. It's pretty accessible. Again, it's got some of my, like, on occasion, slightly humorous notes in the margin. This one's really good. Jose Medina, The Epistemology of Resistance. This one's about ethics and knowing. I've cited this one numerous times in the show. There's several passages that are highlighted and notes written in the margins. I've found this one really useful. I hope one of you can as well. Next, it's been on my bookshelf for a while, Paul Mason, Post-Capitalism, A Guide to Our Future. I read this one years ago. It's about capitalism and where it's going and why Mason thinks it's going to break down relatively soon because of information technology. If you've seen my series, years old now, before I had the beard, on Marx, I did a whole series called Mad Marx that was in 4 parts to time with the release of Mad Max Fury Road. And part 4 was Beyond Capitalism, and that drew quite heavily on Mason's ideas. I would recommend this one, whether you get a copy from me or you get a copy from someone else. I would recommend checking this one out because it's pretty interesting. Laura Maria Agustin's Sex at the Margins. It's about sex work and migrant sex work in particular. It includes the voices of sex workers and migrant sex workers to examine the ways in which we talk about those groups of people. The whole thing's like very interesting. It examines the discourse surrounding sex work. It was a real eye-opener for me. Makes a great pairing with Melissa Grant's Playing the Whore, if you ever have a chance to read that one. Last but not least, Deirdre McCluskey, The Rhetoric of Economics. If you've been watching the show recently, you might have seen I've referenced this one quite a lot. Large sections of it are highlighted, especially, I ran out of my highlighter, you can see. I ran out of my orange one partway through and then got a brand new yellow one and just went a bit sort of highlighter happy. So there's various points where like half the page is highlighted. It's about economics and examining economics through a literary lens. McCluskey herself is an economist, but she thinks that science and economics in this particular case can be examined for its literary content. This one was a real eye-opener for me, and again, like Women and Gender in Islam, it deserves better than to just sit on a charity shop bookshelf somewhere. Some of these, looking over them now, I really wish I could keep, but I just kind of don't have the space. I'm hoping to move to a different flat in the summer, in late summer, and yeah, I've got to get rid of some of this stuff, otherwise I'm just never going to be able to move. As I say, if you want any of these books, email me at some point during the next month. If you've got any questions about any of them, feel free to email me. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope that together we can find good and loving homes for all of these fantastic texts. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in whatever I make next. Bye!